Ayo, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua, double on the apostles, and that was all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Makafetash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone who rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Basically, I was just gonna do a quick vid on more or less like this truth is a thing where it's like the way you've basically got to be about finishing this thing, man, and that's like the key aspect, man, because it's like with the truth, it's like you have a lot of guys, man, that have come in and but they're lights, but they're blazed on fire for a little while, and then they fell off the face of the planet Earth, man. And that's a thing, you know. That's the elect are gonna avoid that, man. But it's like, hey, the approach you gotta have to this work is, hey, man, you just gotta be about finishing this race, man. Because the thing is like a lot of these guys that blaze on like a blue flame for a little while and then vanish is that they have ulterior motives, man. Or that they don't really have faith in this thing. They don't really think, okay, well, they're like, you know, nothing ain't really gonna happen. They ain't really thinking about like, okay, this is, you know, this is a serious thing, man. This is going down. This is gonna happen, and that's why it's like a lot of these guys don't believe in them prophecies, man. Because like as soon as they drop out, then they then all of a sudden they just completely forget everything that they learnt, man. And suddenly the apostles are the most off people on the planet Earth. But this, you know, I'm just gonna go into a parable in Luke, because it's basically like about, you know, counting the cost and being aware of what this thing's about. The thing is like the truth is more. This is like the most immense reward and wisdom to be found on the planet Earth, man. That's why it's like the Lord ain't really dealing with like, you ain't just gonna give that to no grimy niggas, man. This is like the Lord's basically about his men, man. These men that he's known from the beginning and that he's set up, man. That's who he's dealing with. So that's why, hey, we're the hopeful elect. We just hope we're among them men, man. Because that's the main thing this is about. This ain't about trying to attain some supreme glories or trying to get on some ultimate level. You know, when you read the scripture, you find out like, bruv, we're just worms, like to the Most High. We're upstarts, man. We're nothings. Hey, man, look, it says the Most High is what? The Ancient of Days, man. He was around before there was days, man. So like, while we, you know, a day goes by, you can go a few days. You start getting hungry. You don't sleep for a few days. You can drop dead if you don't sleep. You can actually just drop dead, man, from sleep deprivation. You drink too much water, you're gonna drop dead. We're some weak, like, pieces of shit, basically. So it's like getting puffed up, getting out and thinking, you know, you're on some trying to get on some super ultimate levels. That is just like, that's just not a thing, man. And basically not doing what you're told, not doing what you've been appointed to do on this earth as well. That's another aspect, man, because you've got a lot of guys that basically, they want to be part of the brotherhood, but then they don't want to have to you know, take on their assigned tasks. But that's something that you got to do. That's a part of it, man. The Lord sent us out here with directives, man. We've got work to do, man. So you know, the work is great. The labourers are few. So hey, we got jobs to do out here, man. That's what it's all about, man. And that's all part of basically following after Yahweh Shai. We read Luke 14 and 25. And there were great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. It says you gotta hate your whole family and your own life, man. So that's why it's like, bro, man out here living some shit lives, man, for real. Man are actually living on some absolutely nothing lives out here, man. Man are some nobodies. Man ain't in any sort of esteem in the world. Man are grinding out there on the daily, doing what we need to do. Man ain't really saying a damn thing, man. So that's why it's like, yo, we're looking to get I'm a person looking to get taken the fuck out of here, man. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking to get the fuck out of this place, get out of this bitch as soon as reasonably possible, man. The fastest, most direct way, man. That's what I'm about, man. Blaze that fire so you can get the fuck out of this place, man. Because that's what this thing's about, man. It's not about, you know, sitting, getting lackadaisical, comfortable, resting. It's about fucking hating this place, blazing it, complaining continually, man. What says the thingy was Ezekiel 9:4, I believe. It's like it's not. I'm thinking of one they complain continually, but I'm sure it's not that. There's a different wording for that one. Because like, yeah, they sighed and cried for the abominations done in the midst thereof. That's it. That's sighing and crying, sighing and whining and bitching and moaning continually to the Lord, man. Because we want to get the fuck out of here, man. Because all that goes down out here is some straight up unrighteousness, man. So, you know, if you're in this thing thinking, you know, but that whip and that yard, you know, and them things and that girl you got and them youths, bro, you need to be willing to forsake all that for the sake of this word, man. Because the point's going to come where you're going to have to make that choice. That's why it's like fire, bro, fire, gold is tried in the fire. So we're going to get tried in the fire. So you need to basically be ready to just, like, hey, you need to be ready to sacrifice everything for this, man, including your head, families, job, girl, nice house, nice car, all these things, that they need to be secondary, man. And it says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So you got to bear that cross, man, that persecution. And it says what the disciple's not greater than his master. And it's like they hate Yahushua, so how much more are they going to hate us? So that's why it's like, this is a thing where it's like, you just got to deal with it. Like, we as men out here are just on, we're basically going to be disliked, man, for doing this word. We go out there, people are hating, because, you know, we're bringing out the truth. And the same thing with Yahushua. When Yahushua was cursing these guys out, they decided to the only reason they couldn't put him to death at them times, they would, like, well, obviously Yahushua had spiritual power, he could have fucking obliterated them, but basically they wanted to grab him up multiple times, but it was only when it was the appointed time that they were actually capable of grabbing him up, man. And it says, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and count of the cost, whether you have sufficient to finish it? And that's what this thing's about. That's why it's like, and this is a thing where it's like, it's the spirit has to be dealing with you to jump in, to stay in this thing, man. Because it's like, hey, you got a lot of guys that came in this thing and they didn't count the cost, man. That's why they all, like, after a while, they might have been like, it's like even the 2000 is a good example, man. It's like the Lord didn't come back in the year 2000 and go, fuck this too. That means you didn't count the cost. Whatever. Okay, you might be thinking, okay, it's 1998. You think, oh, 2000. Okay, so maybe year and a half, and I get, you know, I get them kings, I get that crown, I get that rulership. You know, I get that. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a stumbling block for a grimy nigga, man. And the thing is, that was a fulfillment of prophecy. You got this guy say, you're a false prophet. But it says in the scriptures, you're going to desire the day of the Lord and shall not sin. So that needed to be fulfilled. So, you know, what's up? But, you know, there's a lot of these guys that came in this thing, they're thinking, you know, they didn't take it seriously. They're basically looking at it like, you know, like it was Boy Scouts. But that's not how the Lord's dealing with it. And they said, what? Less happily, after you've laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, man. So that's why these guys that basically build the foundation, and then all of a sudden they get blown. They're just out there by themselves doing some madness. You got to mock these guys, man, because that's what the scripture says. It's like these guys get mocked for that. And it says what? Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. So it's that finishing is the express point, man. That's the principal point, that the work is finished. That's what it says. What Paul said, what the race is not given to the swift, because it's a marathon. It's not a what's it called, man? A speed race, man. A race of speed. And it says, or what king going to war make war against another king, sitteth not down first, and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. Or else, when the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassador, and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. So you got to basically forsake it all for Yahushua. And that's how you just got to be out here, man. You just got to be out here like, well, whatever. You might like have your family come against you, have like people at your job, at the workplace coming against you. You might have all kinds of different things, man. There's multiple facets. But you got to be willing to sacrifice all that. Your kids, your family, your wife, your girl, all your possessions, everything. You just got to be like, you know what, fuck it. Is what it is, man. Ain't no thing. And just, hey, man, throw up some prayers, do some videos, and keep it pushing, man. Because that's really what we can do out here, man. Keep it pushing, man. Keep that word blazing, that fire blazing on Esau's realm, and we get the fuck out of here, man. As quickly as humanly possible, man. So yeah, man. Baruch Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Double and the Apostle and always a GreatMillStone, man. And shalom.